Hey, what's happening, everybody? I wanted to talk about the battery health issue because it's an issue with the iPhone 14 Pro. Now, whenever the iPhone 14 Pro first came out, there was a few people that were talking about bad battery life. All right, not a biggie. I've had the iPhone 14 Pro since day one. I think the battery life is fine. There have been times though where I've noticed it was kind of, it wouldn't exactly go like hardcore through the whole day. It would get me through the day, but barely. Now, let's fast forward like about 6, 7, 8 months, and I started hearing complaints about people having battery health issues. Like their battery health was all of a sudden, it was down to like 97, 96. It was just dropping, right? And I started looking at mine, and that's when I discovered mine was like 97, no big deal, right? So a couple months goes by, all of a sudden 96. Here we are now, 1 year later, now mine is down to 92%. I'm recording this video with my iPhone 14 Pro. Anyway, I'm really hoping that this iPhone 15 Pro that's coming out alleviates that, but they are using recycled cobalt. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing. I'm not a battery scientist. I'm not a battery engineer, but it's recycled. All right, so hopefully the engineering processes that are involved with manufacturing batteries, hopefully this does not have an effect on them. So, but as far as your iPhone 14 Pros go, I mean, look, at this rate, by this time next year, my battery health will probably be down to like 80% the way it's dropping. It might even be down to 79%. That's no good. Like, how is the phone supposed to last 4 or 5 years? Like, this is a major complaint. This is a major issue. And I do know how Apple will deal with it. Apple will release updates that slow down the phone, and it'll make your phone slower. That's how they're going to deal with it, because they are going to be aware of it. The developers over at Apple, the engineers, they're going to be like, hey, we need to do something. These iPhone 14 Pros, the battery life is not doing as well. So they're going to do something to compensate for it. And the way they will compensate is slow down the phone. And that is horrible. Now, all phone manufacturers do that. They release updates to, compensate for time and, battery health and all that. But, whenever you have a phone like your iPhone 14 Pro, which costed you at least $1,200, that just doesn't feel good. It feels terrible. And Apple really needs to step up the game on this or figure something out. Or hopefully Apple has figured something out with the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max. Because it really is a shame to spend $1,200, $1,500 on a phone, and then your battery doesn't go the distance, your phone doesn't go the distance. And how are you supposed to have a high-performance phone for 5 years when your phone is only high performance for like the first year? That doesn't make any sense. So, you are paying a premium whenever you purchase Apple products, so you should be getting the highest quality. And I'm also not a fan of recycled products. So basically, almost the whole iPhone 15 Pro is recycled, so you're buying a used phone. I mean, come on, it's all made out of used materials. So hopefully it's like, whenever like I said, I'm just saying, I hate it when a company tries to fight climate change or whatever. They're trying to get their green, whatever, their ESG score up. And I hate it whenever they, pass the expense down to us. If anything, since these phones are made out of used materials, they figure they'd be a little cheaper, right? I mean, come on, it's recycled. But the process to recycle this and to make a device out of recycled products is probably expensive. So we're not saving any money. And the same thing goes on not getting a charger in the device. You got Apple trying to cut down costs, trying to lower the carbon footprint. But at the same time, hey, pass some of the savings down to us, especially if you're going to be using all recycled material, because like I said, I'm not a big fan of that. I like to get brand new quality material whenever I'm spending a high dollar, and I'm spending that quality amount of money. I'm dropping $1,200, $1,400 on my device. I want a quality device. All right, take care.